Ezri Konsa is now joining us.
Hey, buddy.
A very quick start to the show, therefore.
Header somewhere. I thought it was on the end
Fair,
of.
that one.
But Ezri, thank you so much for joining us. I think you're going to have to share Alan's mic then for this one.
You have that. I know. Yes, I'm sorry about that.
You've joined us at the perfect time. We've literally just gone live. So this is a perfect opportunity to ask you, how was the game as a whole then for you? There was a lot of atmosphere out there.
Yeah, I think it was a game of two halves. First half, I thought they did really well. Obviously got the early goal, which kind of put us on the back foot. They got over our press quite well, and we had to adapt. But this season it's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of inconsistency. But with the last two draws that we've had at home, we had to make sure today was 3 points and nothing more.
And how was it for you then, getting back out there again? Because, of course, we were talking about it before the show, before the game, that we were saying about the injuries and the injury crisis that has been hitting Villa then of late. But for you to come back into the fray in a game like that as well, how was that for you?
Yeah, it wasn't easy. First game Chelsea, but look, I want to play every game. It's a shame that I've had a few niggles this season, but to be able to come in today and help the team get 3 points, it's all that matters.
It's a bit more belief in the team. As you get to the last 20 minutes, and it was quite tight and there was to and fro. They had a couple of chances as well, but so did we. But I don't know whether our momentum seemed to be really good in the second half today.
Yeah, I think you saw that against Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
The last 10-15 minutes against Liverpool, we could have won the game, and they had chances as well, and likewise today. But I think now with the squad that we've got, especially the starting 11 and players on the bench, as players, it's a real boost to have the likes of Marcus Rashford and Marlon coming on to help us. So
he did well. He did really well, Marlon, when he came on.
Yeah, really well.
What about for you guys at the back when they don't have a definite nine? When they have Neto or they've got Nkunku and they're never playing with anything definite for you guys to go and pin yourself against?
Yeah, it's really difficult. As a centre half, I'd rather play against a natural nine. Pedro.
Hint, hint. There's one there.
I'd have you all day. No, but look, Pedro and Neto caused us a lot of problems in the first half. Very quick. Direct.
Yeah.
So he was on the left, in the middle. So it was tough to pick up, and we had to adapt quick. So second half, I thought we dealt with it quite well.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy with Tyrone coming off and having a young boy, Bogarde coming in, but I thought he done really well.
No, he did.
And just on that, actually, because we were talking about how many different centre-back partners that you've all been having. I think it was 10 going into today. How is that for you to be able to adapt and the versatility you have to do to be able to match up them with a new partner?
Yeah, I think I've played with everyone this season, even Luca, a left back.
Yeah.
So, look, I think as players you have to trust each other. We work with each other every single day. You have to have the belief in each other. But, for me, personally, I've always wanted to try and become more of a leader, learning from the likes of Tyrone, who's always been that for me. So, him coming off today, it was my opportunity to be able to help Bogarde and help the rest of the back four, and I thought I did that really well.
Yeah, talking about being a leader, your role changed a little bit in the second half. Is that come from the manager? It seems like you usually play to the midfielders and they take the responsibility, but you're taking the ball in. Every time that space opened up, you drove about 4 or 5 times. You took the pressure off the midfielders and really created a big problem for Chelsea. Did that come from the manager, or that come from you reading the game and seeing where you can help with your runs with the ball?
It's both. It's what the manager wants from us as centre-backs to, take our time on the ball. Obviously, sometimes it's not easy with, the crowd wanting us to go 100 miles per hour. Yeah, so, as players, you have to be mentally strong. But, you have to believe in the game plan. It's what the manager wants. And in the second half, I felt like the game opened up more. I was able to drive in, whereas in the first half, it was a bit tight. And, I think Guinea and Yuri did really well to open up spaces for me to be able to drive into. So, it's part of my game. It's something I enjoy doing. So, second half worked really well.
The manager's going to be happy when I talked about the momentum in the second half, because I thought we struggled a little bit in the first half, but as we got back into the game, obviously the goal helps us. Yeah. The goal helps us massively, naturally. But even then, how often did you even manage to do that in the first half? Because you didn't really do it at all. But as the game goes on and our momentum, I think the best thing I'm thinking is we seem to be more confident. Yeah. And I'm looking at you guys, I'm like, go on then. Go on, this is absolutely there for the taking.
Definitely, I think it's important as well when you start the second half well.
Yeah.
We put a lot of pressure on them. I think we adapted well. That was the main thing. Yeah. We adapted to their press, and like you said, I had more chances to drive in. Whereas in the first half, my only really option was to play it into Guinea, where he could turn a few times, and second half it opened up a lot more, and we had the outball of Andreas and Kashi. Look, it's not been easy, but to be able to adapt as players, I think that's really important.
How does it feel to have outlets like Bailey, Rashford, Malen? So when you're in trouble, you just can play that ball to get you out of the trouble. How good is to have those players available, starting and also off the bench as well?
No, it's really good. It's a big boost for us. Look, especially for me, seeing the likes of Leon, Donny, and Rashi coming on from the sides, it gives you a lot of confidence. And you could see what happened when they came on. Usually with Ramsey we'll play narrow, and with Morgan, so to be able to have width as well and change the game, it caused them problems as well. So yeah, I thought it was really good for
They
us.
can run, eh?
They can certainly do that.
When Rashi's direct and he's running at you, it's a scary sight.
Now, Ezri, I know we've got to let you go in just a second, so I just want to ask you about the overall character of this team. You've had challenges left, right and centre thrown at you, injuries, the game congestion, everything else, but with form and confidence, taking that from Liverpool then into today, how much confidence does the team have at present?
Yeah, I think the confidence has always been there as players. We always believe in ourselves, and sometimes this season it hasn't gone our way. We've drawn a lot at home. I think we've only lost one game this season at home in the Premier League, and there's been so many games where we shouldn't have drawn and got the 3 points, but today's going to give us a real big boost going into Tuesday.
Definitely.
Happy with the little trip back to Bruges?
Yeah, of course, revenge, yeah, definitely. We'll tie his hand back.
It must be really exciting to be at that stage of the Champions League for you guys. It's something new. It's something new for you especially, and to be part of this squad and this club. How important that's for you, and where do you see yourself building up to go next year?
No, of course. I don't think anyone outside of this club would have seen us going this far. I think a lot of people probably wrote us off with the games that we had and our first time being in the Champions League in so long. But for me personally, seeing the growth from when I first signed to fighting and staying up on the last day of the season to now playing Champions League football, I don't know. It's tough to say, but look, I've enjoyed every moment of it, and to be able to see where the club is now, and to be able to bring in players like we have done in this window, so it's real good.
Ezri, just finally, it just feels like now after that win today, a top 4 position again now starts to look a lot more achievable. It looks like that, and I'm sure you do know, but watching football as much as I do, I know that when you guys get a bit of momentum and get it going, everyone fears you. Everybody fears you and what you can do.
100%. Look, the last 2 games, getting 2 draws, and then looking at the table, it wasn't a good sight. But we knew if we got a win today, the table would look completely different. I don't know about the other results. So
no, we'll go. I think Newcastle have still got a couple of games.
They have, yeah.
Behind, but you're right. Us sitting 6th or whatever it is. Sorry. Us sitting in the position now, and you're so right, by the way, because we had to get the result today to put massive pressure on Chelsea, and then it gives us a bit of momentum to obviously take it into the Palace game on Tuesday. So I can't say well done enough, guys, because we spoke about before the game, and it was like I was a little anxious today. Do you know what I mean? And you get that as players, even though you're sitting in the dressing room, we're looking at each other thinking, hey, come on, this is an opportunity for us today. And I thought the second half, I thought you were absolutely different class. And you were absolutely different class.
So very much.
Yeah, look anxious when he was eating the ice.
They've been showing a lot of hospitality, these lot. Ezri, that's what the retired life then is. You're a long way off of that, though, but all of that to look forward to. But you've been so generous with your time, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Well done today.
Again on the win.
Congratulations, Belle.
And get back inside again. But Ezri, thank you so much, and best of luck next week.
Thanks, Paul. See you, buddy.
Right then, lads.